We are very excited to be here in Florence. It's our first Italian edition, hopefully one of many yet to come. And as I said, we're doing it alongside TIAC, who's provided this very beautiful space. Thank you very much. And it's also very exciting to be here for the first time alongside a lot of very innovative and emerging kind of players within the local scene as well. This event signals for us the 5th international event since our inception last year. We've had events in Singapore, in Hong Kong, in Berlin, and as of today in Florence. And we do have kind of future expansion plans into new geographies next year, including the Philippines and hopefully London. So if any of you would like to kind of travel the globe with us and join us at other events as well, please keep up to date with our social media channels, our website, and our newsletter. So, having said that, and being in a very culturally rich center of Europe, we wanted to start off by going back to the basics, hence the theme, Artists Take the Lead. Other than providing the opportunity for practicing artists and designers to come and share their own insights, their overall understanding of the whole ecosystem, and also address their own challenges, it does welcome entrepreneurs and innovators to kind of discuss the importance of problem solving, but also creativity within the kind of working environment.
First of all, everyone pretty much know who I am. My name is Lin. I'm an artist, I'm a painter, and then also I'm part of a TIAC association member here. And then through the events, I've been through as a co-founder for TIAC association, and then going to everywhere, for example, Art Basel or even artwork firm in Singapore. Myself, having this, sitting there, just thinking what I'm doing here. Because listening to all those capitals, the big numbers, and nothing to do with the young graduates, nothing to do with me, am I going to get those funds? Am I someday going to become 450 million, a billion auction art pieces? For the living artists, whoever going to be, have that opportunity, we don't really know. So actually, when I was in Singapore attending amazing event with Annie and Veronica, and then I said to them, hey, all those people talking about art insurance and then logistics and then auction house and then galleries, is anything for me, for the young artists we actually presenting in our school and new graduates. And that's why thanks Veronica and Annie giving this amazing opportunity, bring art business to artist center, and then artists to questioning what's in our mind, why we're doing that, and then our puzzles need to get answers. And there's some professional people from gallery, museum, and then art education, academia, and going to give us a good conversation we can ask for. Before I was called on stage, I wasn't prepared to have a conversation with Scott already. So I actually prepared a little slide and want to give you a bit idea why TIAC started and why we're doing that again. And this is again, this is a global market share of US, UK, and China, and others. Actually, for the past 10 years, if you can see that American always the #1 in the world is still taking the lead, but however, it's actually dropping down the share of the market because if you can read other percentage of it, China at 20% at 8% at the year 2006, and now growing to 20%. It's the biggest value growing, and there is a huge population, and then people only started recognizing what art and culture means to the world. So because of that, for us, this is actually a great opportunity for the artists finding collectors in that newly waking up market. And then what we want to do as TIAC, we actually do want to help international artists, young artists who just laboring through in their studio, be able to find opportunities in other part of the world as well. Again, this is sound really, really complicated. It's from World Economy Forum. They actually listing, for example, for art and culture, what element you do need to know, be able to be in art and culture business. You can't really read everything of that, but again, we're going to share the map on the social media. But from the map, you can see like there's so many like innovation, education, skills, social like connection, lots of things. How much of that art is aware of that? Again, if I click on arts in education, how many elements we do need to know, like entrepreneurship, like innovation in that, and like also like policies and economy and then law. So education and skills, like TIAC want to continually focus on. So even for us, there's so many things we need to continue exploring and figuring out. Again, even like a click just one puzzle of that, you do have many of the like fields you do need to be able to tap in to be able to understand. So entrepreneurship, again, this is for Miguel today. There's, as an entrepreneur, as an artist, if a world doesn't offer us the opportunity, like a job, so-called job jobs, and then we do need to creating that ourselves. The best way to creating that to understand how the whole like ecosystem work, and then we can actually mending our own business, like art business as artists, like as a creator.
So one of the key resources that actually Armin talked about was time. And time is something that, as an artist, you all the time need to protect, especially your time to create. You're trying to make art. And we've mentioned today, you know, the importance of visibility, the importance to being able to make your art seen, and all of the networking part and understanding the market, and how am I going to study all those things and at the same time have a quiet space for me to create art that is meaningful to me. That's a real challenge, and in conversations with many artists, I know that it's really hard to drive, for example, I don't want to embarrass people in the audience because there's amazing people doing great things here that are right now with those two plates. So I'd like to give an example, and I'm not going to name the person, but this person is running a very successful initiative for artists, for the art community. At the same time, she wants to have time for making artwork as a fine artist. And what she figured was, I just don't have enough time to speak with galleries. But there is probably someone out there that would be very happy to represent a fine artist in order for them to get a step into the art world. So when she was in New York City, she found a student that was doing art history student that was actually very interested in having some sort of business card that allowed her to say, I'm representing artist X, and I want to show you her art. The thing is, this was a way of the artist gaining time. While she was sleeping in Europe, someone in New York was promoting her artwork. And they split a deal where part of the profits would go to this student agent, and part of the profits would go to the artist. So this is a way of being resourceful, where you're giving an opportunity for someone else to use their time in a way that is really interesting to them. It's not like you're delegating or you're asking them a favor. No, she was giving them an opportunity to enter the art world in New York by promoting her artwork that she was painting here in Europe. This is Borondo. Borondo is an artist from Spain. My home city is actually Madrid, which I find myself there now after 12 years. And Borondo was resourceful in the way of finding a legal loophole. So we hear a lot about